Friends, today I want to talk to you about Yaman, an actor who for years was a symbol of strength, charisma, and solid principles. His physical appeal, talent, and ability to stay away from ostentation made him unique, different from the rest. What set him apart was not his muscles or action scenes, but the image of a man with firm values, someone who refused to bend to fame or seek easy approval. Yet that myth is now crumbling. The relationship with Sarah Bluma has completely changed the way the public sees him. Many consider her a wrong choice, an ordinary figure with no elegance or character, unable to add value to Khan's image. And when the person by your side does not lift you up, sooner or later they drag you down. The saddest part is that Khan, once perceived as different, now seems to have fallen into banality, not into the allure of glamour, but into vulgarity. Fans loved him because he was unique, because he walked his own path. Today they feel that man is slipping away. Every photo, every piece of news, every appearance with Sarah shows him dimmer, further from the essence that made him special. And so comes the big question: how can such an extraordinary actor settle for such a mediocre relationship? Was it blindness, an inner emptiness he tried to fill? Maybe we will never know. But the result is clear. Khan is harming himself and risks a permanent defeat. There is still a way out: to look inside, recognize who he really is, and recover coherence with his principles. True greatness does not depend on who stands beside you in a photo, but on your own values. If Khan returns to that path, he will shine again. If not, his star will slowly fade into mediocrity. Amidst this media storm stands Demet Özdemir. For years, she was seen as a charismatic woman, elegant, and on the rise. Today, however, her image seems far more contradictory. Many claim she dictates the pace in relationships, imposing her will and maintaining control. For some, this is admirable strength. For others, arrogant dominance. And some even believe she has dragged Khan into a role that no longer reflects the man he once was. Demet does not represent the traditional, quiet, or compliant woman. She is independent, rebellious, and her choices break patterns. This attitude inevitably divides opinions. Some admire her, others harshly criticize her, accusing her of being a negative influence. Many believe she does not act innocently. She calculates every move, aware of the impact of her decisions, and builds narratives where she's always at the center. Thus, from being a symbol of freshness, she has become a controversial figure, more criticized than admired. Once praised for her authenticity and spontaneity, today she appears distant, cold, more concerned with maintaining the spotlight than preserving the transparency that once defined her. This inevitably disappoints her fans. The strength that took her far now risks becoming a double-edged sword. The lingering doubt is, are we seeing the real Demet or a version distorted by circumstances? Perhaps she was always rebellious and strong, but in a world that expects submission, such an attitude generates rejection. It is also possible she has lost the tenderness and spontaneity that once made her so beloved. Demet still has much to offer, but risks becoming trapped in the persona she has built. If she cannot find balance between being the strong woman and the actress capable of moving people with her natural charm, she will be remembered more for controversies than talent, and that would be a real pity. Demet isn't a perfect woman, and that's precisely what makes her so real. She's made mistakes, taken chances, fallen, and gotten back up, but she's done it all with dignity. While some accuse her of being cold or indifferent, I see a woman who has learned to put herself first, who realized that you can't build your life around other people's expectations, and that sometimes disappointing the world is better than betraying yourself. Many ask why Khan didn't fight for her. Others say he simply let her go. But I prefer to ask why everyone expected her to be the one left waiting. Can't a woman decide to move on? Doesn't she have the right to seek something different, even if it means breaking the hearts of millions of fans? Some say her marriage was a mistake, a rushed decision, maybe, but it was also an act of freedom, because loving someone who isn't the public's favorite takes courage. Demet dared, and when it didn't work out, she had the strength to end it. That doesn't make her weak, it makes her human. Today we see her more reserved, less active on social media, more focused on her career and personal growth. Some interpret that as distance. I see it as maturity. She no longer needs to prove anything. She's no longer seeking approval because she's understood something essential. Self-love isn't negotiable, and you don't sacrifice it for easy applause. Demet Özdemir is much more than a failed love story. She's a talented actress, a woman who has survived media pressure, constant comparisons, and malicious rumors. And even so, she's still standing, smiling, growing, taking control of her own story. Will she ever get back with Can? No one knows. Maybe yes, maybe no. But one thing's certain, she no longer needs him to shine. Because her light, the one that comes from within, has learned to shine on its own. And if there's one thing that's clear to me, it's this. Demet has had to learn to defend herself alone. No one saved her from malicious headlines, from constant comparisons, or from the misogyny disguised as opinion. She's walked her path in silence, even when some wanted to see her fall. And no, she didn't fall. On the contrary, she's stronger than ever, because she understood that true success doesn't lie in trending topics, but in being able to look in the mirror without regretting who you are. People may have mixed opinions, but for me, it's clear. Demet represents that quiet strength that doesn't need to scream to be heard. She built her name, her career, and her dignity without asking for permission. And while others cling to past scandals to stay relevant, she just keeps walking forward. Because she knows that true respect is earned through actions, not noise.